The big game is fast approaching, but wait, you still haven't got your tickets. You've spent hours searching, but you're still confused about ticket prices. Time to stop searching. Visit ticketcompare.com. We compare ticket prices for all the popular leagues and tournaments for you. We work only with the most trustworthy sites, so you can have peace of mind when buying your tickets. Compare prices, buy tickets, get to the game. Ticketcompare.com. Buying tickets made simple.
Can we have a medical review for the group? Are there players that cannot play for tomorrow? Well, just after the training yesterday and after the training today, Thiago Motta will not be able to play tomorrow, but I think that the other players, if everything goes well, are totally okay. They are in better form than Saturday. Meunier can play, so if he trains well tomorrow, it will be okay. Pierre Niguet, lâchez l'équipe. You are always playing with the same players. Many players are not on the pitch. How do you intend to maintain the motivation for those players? Well, first of all, we would like to perform. That's what we are aiming at. We want to perform, and there is also competition in the team, and I think this is good for the team. Then we have many games, and it is also very important to maintain this collective spirit and to teach passions to some player. But I'm very happy with all the players. Many players wait for that opportunity and to seize the opportunity. I'm also happy with the players that are on the pitch, players that are not on the pitch, but I'm globally very happy now. We will see game after game. We will try to perform, as I said, and we will try to perform for this game too. We will try to maintain the level of competition with the other team, but I think that today, as we see the situation, we are changing players, and many players have shown that they are ready. They're ready for the next game. We sometimes change players, and we always have the same performance, so I'm very confident. Michel Verstein, Tout le Sport. You must win tomorrow in order to remain first in the group and to play Munich with a very relaxing 15 days. Yes, we won this first position. We want to have the best performance possible, and we want to play with the best players. We will be first in the group, but in order to be first in the group, we have to win tomorrow. And Bayern Munich has also played better these last games. Tomorrow we have to play our game, Celtic Glasgow. So play well, be aggressive, win the 3 points, continue developing the group, live with the team, have a good team spirit, ensure that all players can perform well on the pitch. Dominique Serac, Parisien, Alphonse has played very good in this first half of the season. What do you think is the reason for that very good performance? I think he's a very talented player. He can also develop his game, and there are many things he can still improve. We have spoken with the goalkeepers coaches, but he has the talent. Many players and all players need to be confident, need to work hard. And Alphonse is a very talented player, as I said. He works hard, and In the season, in the first half of the season, I've spoken with all the goalkeepers. I want him to be quiet. I want him to be confident. And so I'm very happy with what Alphonse does for the moment, but also with the other players, with Kevin Trapp and Beckham. Alphonse is playing for the moment. We are happy. We are still aiming at improvements, but Alphonse shows a lot of openness in order to be better for him and also for the team. Ronan Fulgoas, Le Parisien. Just another detail about Thiago Motta. Could you please, has the surgery already been carried on, or when will it be? When do you intend to get him on the pitch, to get him back on the pitch? Could you please also confirm the arrival of Wendell, the Brazilian player? I prefer to speak about today. Thiago Motta is injured. He has had a CT scan for his knee, but I hope this is not too important, this is not too bad. And I hope it will be ready for the other games quite soon. About Wendell, the club is working on that project and working on that file. So the management is now thinking about the present and the future. I have spoken with many people, but the club is working on that, and I need to focus on the players that are already here and for the next game. L'équipe. Were you surprised by the performance by Julian Draxler as a midfielder? And how do you see the rest of the season for him? Julian, we have spoken a lot. And I'll also remind you that he first started with Schalke. He was 17 years old back then, and I still remember I was at Valencia at the time. He has developed his play really good, and everybody waits for him to be a great player, but he still needs improvement. He needs to be consistent when he plays. So he's still young. He's improving right now, but he has to go on. He cannot give up. He has to maintain the level in order to develop his play. He has played as a midfielder, and is very important for the team, for the defense, for the midfield, also for the forward players. If he continues like that, if he wants to improve, if he's consistent, then he will still improve. And I think that we are very happy with what he does. He's also happy, but we always remind the players that they still need to improve, that they cannot rest back. Valentina Clement, Medicine Premium. I would like to ask you a question about Marco Verratti. Many players have asked how you found his play when he came back from the Italy team. Could you please give us an explanation? For all players, the national team is very important. If he's disappointed with the national team, then we need to get him back. We were with him, we supported him when he came back, and we asked him to play as he wanted to play. For the last game, he was very good, very performant, and he also wants to improve many things on the pitch, closer to the penalty area, to score more goals. All players that are here after a national team game need to play together and to support other disappointed players. Loïc Marillet, Sport. We have seen Neymar go out in nightclubs after the game against Nantes, where it was not that good. Are you asking him to care about his lifestyle? He's very responsible, and when he's not on the pitch, when he's not playing a game, he can enjoy his time with his friends, and then he has to come back, and he always does. It was important for us to maintain this level of flexibility, of allowing the players to have their own lifestyle. He needs to be with his friends. He's still young, but he's a very responsible person. After the game on Sunday, he was yesterday with us on the pitch, and tomorrow he will be on the pitch too.
Do you think Celtic have improved since you played them in Glasgow, and are you expecting a better challenge from them tomorrow night?
When we started in this Champions League, we played against Celtic. And then we also have to think about how we ended up last season. We have to think about our commitment today, our commitment in this competition. The first games were really good for us, and our team has shown that we are committed to win in this competition. We want to go far, and we want to be very performance. It is what we did in Celtic Glasgow, but tomorrow Celtic is a very good team. They have really good players. They all play in the national team, respective national team. The players want to win, and it is a good team in the Scottish competition, Scottish League. I'm sure that tomorrow's game is going to be difficult, but we will speak with the club, and we will speak about the importance to have those 3 points. And then those 3 points, and after those 3 points, we have to maintain our way to play. We have a good objective. We have to play a very high level during the 90 minutes. Tomorrow I will try to maintain this performance. We aim at the 3 points, that is true, but we also need to improve, and I cannot enough underline this point. We have to play with the young players, we have to be competitive, and we have to be good at individual and collective level. Alphonse Areola, please. Good morning, Alphonse Areola, Loïc Tanzi, SF Sport. Do you think that since the beginning of the season, because you played well, you have gained more recognition on the European level? Last season was quite tough for me, but every season is different, and I've learned about my mistakes. I've continued working, and yes, I will continue to do so. Pierre, la chaîne équipe. The starting 11 is not changing that much for Paris Saint-Germain. Some young players do not play a lot. Do you think it has a very bad impact on those players? When you are young, you want to play. I had that chance, and I was playing in another club. This was good for me. When you're young, it is quite frustrating not to play, but we are playing in a good team, in a big team, and there's a lot of quality, a lot of qualitative players in this team, so you have to seize your opportunity when it comes. I think that many players could go to another club, but I think it would be a good idea. Yes, speaking about the young players, Moussa Dembélé, he decided to leave instead of staying at Paris Saint-Germain. What do you think of his performance at the Celtic Glasgow? We are following him from very close because I knew him from a very young age. He's playing really good in Celtic Glasgow. He's a quality player. If he's there in the starting 11, it has to be because he's a good player, and we are very happy when a young Parisian can play at this level. Bruno Salomon, France Bleu. You were talking about mistakes, and what were those mistakes? What made you change your mind? I was speaking about mistakes, assessment mistakes when you play, but you learn from these mistakes. I have analyzed them. I have analyzed all the games last season and all the games from the beginning, the first half of this season. Sometimes when you have to kick out the ball, you kick out the ball. Then I'm not saying that I do not make any mistake. I have to be ready and I have to continue improving. Sometimes it is a bit difficult. Sometimes we saw at the game against Metz that it was a big transformation in your play. Before Metz and after Metz, you can do mistakes. You can make mistakes at whatever time. I'm ready for this. When I make mistakes, I'm also ready, and I try to be present at the next game. Alphonse, good morning. Mr. Gostein, to the sport. I'm here. Speaking about mistake, but talking about Champions League games, what has this brought to your career? These Champions League games are always exceptional, extraordinary. Europe is not for every player. It is a big chance, and I've had the opportunity to play with Villarreal in the Europe League, but Champions League is one step further. And when you're playing well, when you're performant, you have good results, then you feel confident. And you can perform at these games, at these Champions League games. We are preparing for those games and we are trying to be 100%. Ambre-Guedion, Yahoo Sport. I'm coming back on that turning point. Have you felt at one time in the season that you were playing well, playing better? Have you spoken with the manager? Have you spoken with the defenders? If you continue playing like that and not having a goal in Champions League first round, it would be a record for you. Are you happy about this record? Yes, the manager is speaking a lot with us. It says that he is speaking. He does not hide it. He says that every player can begin the game, so we are always at 100%. He tells us that we can play the games at whatever time, so we have to perform at every single moment when training. Not having a goal would be exceptional, but we have to be first in the group. If we can be first without having a goal against us, then it would be wonderful. But first, being first in the group. Corentin Le Trep, France Presse. Speaking about your performance as a goalkeeper, at the other side of the pitch, there is also Edinson Cavani as a forward. How do you see the game of Edinson Cavani's game, and how do you assess him when he comes back to defend and goes back on the other side of the pitch to attack? Do you think it is pressure for a team like PSG? Yes, He's been doing so since he arrived here. He's playing for the team. He's a great man, a great person. He works a lot. What he does for the moment is exceptional. As I said, since he arrived here, he has been playing like that. Alphonse, Renan Fulgoès, le Parisien. Goalkeepers are a bit like referees. We're talking about them when they make mistake, but what were your best performance in the season? Was it Anderlecht in the first game? Another game? What makes the defense of PSG strong? And what about your future in Paris Saint-Germain? Could you please repeat the first question? What was your best game? Against Bayern? First game against Bayern? Because the Champions League game, as I said, is always exceptional, and I had a lot of pleasure to play. I was very happy to play against a great team, a big team, and I was good. And at the end, we were good as a collective team. Yeah, performance is the word. Then second point, your future. I know, talking about defense, when you're seeing the lineup, we have really good players, very talented and world-class players. Playing in this team is a chance that I have, and I have to show that I earn my spot in this team. Third point, contract extension. I have objective for the moment, and we will talk about it when the time comes. Alphonse, Dominique Serec, Parisien. You have a new goalkeeper coach. Is this different? Is this different from French coaches? Does he have other criteria compared to what you knew in other clubs? Javi is also a turning point. Javi is a very precise worker, also during the games, and during the few sessions I had with him, the personal sessions I had with him, he is very precise, as I said. I don't know if you heard it, but every goalkeeper coach brought me something since I started in my career, and this is still a short career. Every goalkeeper coach has brought me something, and I'm always wanting to learn. So the arrival of Javi can bring me a lot of things, a lot of good things. I still have to work a lot, and I have to be 100%. Thank you very much.